Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Mawahib Private School Mathematics Department. How are you, grade 1? I hope that all of you are fine. Today we are going to start in Unit 17, Lesson A. Our topic is about telling the time. And you can follow this topic in your Pupils Book pages 192, 193, and 194. Telling the time. Let's read our objectives for today. Today we are going to tell the time to o'clock. And today also we are going to tell the time to the half-past hour. Before we start to learn how to tell the time, let's first recognize what do we have on the clock. What do you see on the clock? You can see numbers, and these numbers are from 1 to 12. And we have also a shorthand. This shorthand, we call it the hour hand. And we have one longer hand. It's longer than the hour hand. And this longer hand, we call it the minute hand. We are going to use these two hands to tell about the time. Hours and minutes. We said that we have two hands on the clock. One is short, which is the hour hand, and one is long, which is the minute hand. Now let's see how can we use the hour hand and the minutes hand to tell about the time. Look at this clock. Where do you see the short hand, which is the hour hand? It's on number 8. And where can you see the long hand, which is the minutes hand? It's on number 12. Let me tell you that when the minute hand, which is the long hand, is pointing to 12, it's showing a full hour. So we call this time o'clock. So when you see the long hand on number 12, this time we call it o'clock. So now, on this clock, the hour hand is pointing at 8, and the minute hand is pointing to 12. So what is the time here? It's 8 o'clock. Because the hour hand is pointing to 8, and the minute hand, it's pointing to 12. Now we are going to have different clocks, and we are going to tell what time is it. All of these times will be regarding the o'clock time, because you will find that the long hand, it's pointing to number 12. Now let's start with the first one. What time is it? Look at the long hand. Where do you see the long hand? It's on number 12. And where do you see the short hand? It's on number 3. So the time here, it's 3 o'clock. Let's see another one. What time is it? Can you help now? You can see the long hand, it's on number 12. We said if it's on number 12, it's o'clock time. So now can you tell the time on this clock? Very good. It's 11 o'clock. One more. Now look at this one. Maybe you get confused about this one. Look. You have here the long hand on number 12 and the short hand it's on number 6. And at this time you will find the hands of the clock, they are showing straight line. This straight line, it showed the time of which time here? What you can see? What can you see here? It's 6 o'clock. What about this one? Can you see the short hand now? Look carefully, you can see it. It's here on the long hand. The two hands are together on the same place. They are on number 12. So if I'm going to tell the time here, I will say that. What is the time? Who can tell me? Very good, I can hear you. It's 12 o'clock. Now, we have 3 clocks here. I want you to think which clock shows 2 o'clock. Which one of them? It shows 2 o'clock. The first one or the second one, or the third one? Can you tell me? Of course, it's not the second one. The second one is 3 o'clock. Which one? Very good. It's the third one. It's 2 o'clock. Let's do another one. Which clock here shows 4 o'clock? Did you find it? Very good. The first one, it shows 4 o'clock. Now we are going to start in the second objective of our lesson for today, which is telling time half past. We are going to tell the time using half past. Let's look at the clock face. The clock face is a full circle which is made up of 2 halves. You can imagine if you have pizza. The pizza is like a circle. If you cut it from the middle, you will have 2 halves. Look at the clock now. The clock here, it's like a full circle which is made up of 2 halves. And do you see the blue numbers up the clock? Let's start from the number 1. What's up 1 here? I write 5. Then go to 2, I write 10. Then go to 3, I write 15. Then go to 4, I write 20. Until you reach 12, you will find that I write 60. When I am counting by 5 here, because I'm showing the minutes. If you want to say that, Miss, please, I want to take break for 10 minutes. 10 minutes, you can see here, just like the counting on the clock by 5. We count by 5 to show the minutes time. And if you want to complete 1 hour, it means that the hand of the clock, it should go around the clock a full round until it reaches 12. So now it's gonna be 1 hour. In 1 hour, we have 60 minutes. And if I shade now only 1/2 of the hour or 1/2 of the clock, it shows until number 30. So in 1/2 I have 30 minutes. But if I have shaded all the clock, I will have how many minutes? Very good, 60 minutes, which means 1 hour. In 1 hour, there are 60 minutes. But if I shade only half, so there are 30 minutes in half an hour. So in 1 hour, I have 60 minutes. But in half an hour, there are 30 minutes. How can we tell the time if there are 30 minutes passed on the clock? We said that 30 minutes is equal to half an hour. So if the 30 minutes passed the hour, it means that we have half past. Why we say it half past here? Because 30 minutes is equal to half an hour. So at this time, if you find that there is half an hour, it's past here. So we are going to tell the time half past. How can we tell the time about the clock here? You can see I write next to the clock 1:30. If you are going to tell time about the clock here, you have 2 ways. Either to write in numbers or to write using half past. Let's start with how can we write using numbers. I write here the first number 1. Number 1 here, it points to the hour hand. Look at the hour hand. The hour hand here, or the short hand, it's between 1 and 2. So I'm not going to say it's 2. Why? Because still I don't touch the 2. That's why I will say it's 1. And look at the 30. It refers to the minute hand. Why, miss, you write here 30 and you don't write 6? Because we say these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 until 12 are the number of hours. But the hidden numbers, which are the blue numbers that we do by skip counting by 5, they are the minutes. So here, if I'm going to write about the minute hand, it's 30 minutes because we have half of the clock here, it's gone. So we have 30 minutes. So I write it 1:30. How can I write it using half past? It's so easy. We said that the long hand here is pointing at 6, which is halfway around the clock. It's half an hour. And we said that the short hand is pointing between 1 and 2. But can I tell now that the time it's 2:30? No, we don't still come to the 2. We passed 30 minutes from the 1. So now it's 1:30. Let's have more questions about half past, which will help you to understand more about half past. Look at this clock. I write here for you using numbers about this clock. I write 11:30. Who can tell me 11 is the number of what? We start with the hour hand, which points to 11. And then we write about the long hand or the minute hand, which points to 6 here. And the 6 means 30. So it's 11:30. Now let me ask you again. Where is the long hand pointing? Who can tell me? Very good. It points to 6. And where is the short hand pointing? Well done. It's halfway, or it's in the middle between 11 and 12. Now, how can I tell the time here? I will start now. It's 11:30. Why it's 11:30? Because the long hand, it points to 6, and the short hand, it's halfway, or it's in the middle between 11 and 12. So it's 11:30. Can I say it's 12:30? Did I touch the 12? No, I passed the 11, but I didn't come still to the 12. What about this clock? Where is the short hand pointing, and where is the long hand? What time is this clock showing? Let's see. I write here 3:30. Let me repeat again. I start with the hour hand. It's between 3 and 4. I will not write 4, I will write 3. And the 30, it refers to the 30 minutes I passed, which is half an hour. Because here the long hand, it points to 6. So using numbers, I write it's 3:30. Now it's your turn. Can you write it using half past? Let me ask you again. Where is the short hand pointing? Very good. It's halfway between 3 and 4. It's in the middle between 3 and 4. So if you are going to tell about the time here and you have the long hand on 6, which means half past, can you tell me it's half past what? What time is the clock showing here? It's 3:30. Very good. Now, can you answer these questions? Are you ready? You have 3 clocks here. All of them, they are showing half past. Let me ask you the first question. Which clock is showing 2:30? Which one of them is showing 2:30? The first, or the second, or the third? Can you tell me? Very good. The first one, it's showing 2:30. Now, which clock is showing 9:30? Which one? Go and check. Which one is showing 9:30? Very good. The third one, it's showing 9:30. And which clock is showing 7:30? Very good. The second one, it's showing 7:30 because here the shorthand, it's between 7 and 8. So it's 7:30. Well done. Now it's time to practice. Open your Pupils Book, page 194, and you can do the same question that I will do now. Are you ready? Let's start. Look at the first clock here. Where do you see the shorthand? It's between 7 and 8. And where do you see the long hand? It's on number 6. If the long hand, it points to 6. Now we are going to say it's 7:30. So now, what is the time here? 7:30 what? I can hear you. Very good. It's 7:30 because it's between 7 and 8. Look at the second one. We have still the long hand on number 6. But where is the short hand? On the first picture, the girl, she was in the bus. It was 7:30. Look at the second picture. The girl now, she is in the class. Now what is the time? We have still the long hand on number 6. And the short hand is between 8 and 9. I can hear you. It's 8:30. Very good. The girl now is watching TV. Now let's check the time while she is watching TV. Look at the clock. Where is the long hand? Very good. It's on number 6. If the long hand is on number 6, we say it's 7:30. Now can you tell me 7:30 what? Very good. 3:30. She's eating now with her family. Can you tell the time while she was eating? Look at the clock. I know you said the long hand, teacher, it's on number 6, so it's 7:30. But someone said 7:30. Is it 7:30 here? No, still we didn't touch the 7. We didn't come to the 7. So it's 7:30 because here the short hand or the hour hand, it's in the middle between 6 and 7. Finally, let's revise what we have learned today. Today we learned how to tell about the time. We started with the clock time. When the long hand points to number 12, it means that we have a clock time here. Look at the green clock. We have the long hand points to number 12 and the short hand, which is the hour hand, it points to number 3. So the time here, it's 3 o'clock. But look at this clock here, the black one. Where is the long hand? The long hand points to 6. And the short hand is in the middle between 3 and 4. If the long hand points to 6, at this time we say 7:30. So the time here is 7:30. Thank you, grade 1. I hope you enjoyed our lesson about time today. Thank you, parents, for your cooperation.